When we have these negative emotions, sadness, fear, anger, it is not the emotion that is the issue. It's our judgment to these emotions that creates the chaos from within us. Because we were taught from the time we can understand our language that we shouldn't feel these emotions, that these emotions are undesirable. When we cry as toddlers, our mothers say, don't cry, right? Don't be upset. In our culture, we get spanked when we demonstrate these types of emotions. So we learn to do the same thing to others because we wanted to be nice. We console others who are upset by doing something to make them feel better. But these negative emotions, it serves a purpose. Negative emotions is our natural response to the transition that is happening. When we feel grief, it is because we lost something that is of value to us. It could be someone, it could be our job, it could be an opportunity that we didn't get. We even grieve for the life that we want to have, but somehow feel like we can't get there. What is the sensation of grief? We feel pain, right? We feel pressure, we feel tightness around the heart, right? Sometimes it's difficult to breathe. And then on top of that, we have these thoughts, these self-talk, whether you're aware of it or not, that says, I don't want to feel this. I shouldn't feel this. I want to be happy again. I want to be normal again. I want to be the way that it was or the way that it should be, right? So now there's a clash. There's a clash of emotions. There's a clash that's happening within you between your emotions and your conscious or your subconscious mind. There's that chaos inside of us that makes us want to crawl from out of our body because sometimes those thoughts are too loud, right? It's deafening. It's overwhelming even, right? But if we pause for a moment, we take a deep breath and learn how to accept our negative emotions and know that these emotions have a purpose. In this case, grief. Grief is our natural response. It's an emotion that we need in order for us to adjust to the life after our loss. Now, if you can close your eyes for me just for a second, make your body relax. I need you to be curious to that sensation of grief that you're feeling. I need you to put your full focus, your full attention to that pressure on your chest. How does it feel like? Can you describe it to me? The muscle tightness that you feel, can you try and explain how does it feel in your body as best as you can? So during the process, when I was asking you all these questions to describe the sensations that you feel in great detail, did you notice the shift? The change in your perspective from, I don't want to feel this anymore, I want all of these feelings to go away, to what does it actually feel like? Right? And describe it to yourself. Because most of the time, we don't really pay attention to the feeling itself. We only pay attention to our thoughts of wanting it to go away. But when we pay close attention to the sensation itself and how our body feels like, or how our body responds to our thoughts, it becomes a curiosity, doesn't it? We become aware and we become curious of how we feel. No, this is not hypnotherapy yet. This is mindfulness, what we're talking about. It's part of the process that I use because it helps a lot in shifting our thoughts and quieting our mind, but they are a different process. So one thing to understand about grief recovery is that it is not linear. There are stages to grief recovery, but it doesn't happen as step 1, step 2. There will be times when you feel okay, when you feel hopeful again, which is great. But then there will be triggers, sometimes out of the blue, that will make you feel like I've come so far. I thought I'm over this, but now it feels like I'm back to where I started from. The pain doesn't necessarily go away, unfortunately, no matter how long it's been, but we learn to live with it. And when the emotions become too overwhelming, then go to that curious part of the brain and remember to ask yourself, what am I thinking? How am I feeling? Instead of just wanting the inconvenient feelings to go away, get curious about the feeling and be aware of how your body feels like. And then go back to the visual exercises we just did.